What has been the most heartbreaking thing you've personally witnessed? My mother died in July 2009 from a massive heart attack. She was in the hospital for a few months because of many health issues and her cancer had come back. I remember laying on the couch the morning she passed because I had fallen asleep the night before and kept hearing the phone ring. In my half-asleep stupor, I just went upstairs. I remember thinking as I got into bed, wouldn't it be weird if it were the hospital calling? I laid in bed and just listened as the phone rang again. I thought my dad would pick it up because he had a phone in his room, but he was out cold. I finally got out of bed because I couldn't get back to sleep and answered it. Someone from the hospital was indeed calling and asked for my dad. I knew exactly what they were about to tell him. I just went upstairs, knocked on his door, and handed the phone over to him. I then went downstairs and sat with my brother, who had fallen asleep on the other couch, and I felt absolutely numb because I knew what news was coming. My father came downstairs and just said that my mother was gone, and we had to go to the hospital. My brother and I got dressed, and we all left to go pick up my older brother at his apartment. We just drove there in silence. We arrived, met a nurse, and they took us to her room. My little brother and I sat on the other side of the curtain because neither of us could bear to see the body. My older brother and father stepped around the curtain, and the nurse pulled the sheet from my mother's face. The next sound I heard was the most heart-wrenching as my father let out a soul-numbing scream and started crying. I could hear his heart breaking in that scream, which broke mine as well. To this day, it is the worst sound I have ever heard in my entire life, and I still hear it whenever I think of that day.